Welcome back to Star Wars District. This fan fiction is part 2 of my What is Anakin Skywalker's Hidden Destiny video. Please check out part 1, the link is provided on screen. Then come back please for this part 2. Now, picking up from part 1, Anakin's true destiny is way more mind-blowing than you ever imagined. It might make some of you upset though, but let's dive into the details. Before we go any further, I want to acknowledge my fan at Yeo Hernandez for suggesting part 2 of this topic. Now, from novels to video games, canon and non-canon sources, the full potential of Anakin Skywalker has never really been displayed. Post his battle on Mustafar, Anakin or Vader was never the same. Vader relies on hate to fuel him, and motivation-wise, he is content with remaining a foot soldier. To me, the significance of Anakin, a being born of the Force, should extend beyond just his transformation into Darth Vader. The Jedi mystics of old, with their Force vision abilities, foresaw many centuries ago that a being would be born and would have a crucial role to play in the balancing of the Force. Anakin is believed to be that prophesized balance bringer. Good and bad, chaos, creation, entropy, emotion, love, hate, discipline, and destruction. Anakin is the personification of the galaxy itself. However, I've stated that Anakin went too far in extremes because he was basically brainwashed to accept the Jedi Code and then to also live in fear of the ways of the Sith. These two ideologies were essentially poison to him. Having to live his entire life remembering not to feel too much and to operate in accordance with only the Jedi philosophy was in direct contradiction to the very concept of the Chosen One. As I've stated in part 1, Anakin's hidden destiny or full potential was to balance the Force by nullifying Force vergences or nexuses. Or, in other words, sites of extremely concentrated Force energy, whether it be the light side, Ashla, or the dark side, Bogan, they would be cleansed and neutralized. Such examples would be the planets Nathema and Ruzan, the Jedi Temple, and beings like Emperor Vitiate, Darth Nihilus, Darth Endedu, Mitra Surik, Abeloth, and theoretically, yes, even Yoda himself. Did I miss anything? What Force vergence or being would you add to this list? Now, we have never seen what a being crafted of pure Ashla and Bogan energy is capable of. Anakin has been trained to think like a mere warrior. His lightsaber combat is highly advanced, but his Force connection and knowledge is limited and even restricted because of his Jedi influence and conditioning. Years of Jedi teaching has placed a subconscious mental limiter on Anakin. In short, he is blocking the more advanced guidance of the Force. Anakin has been conditioned to actively listen to the Force to predict lightsaber blasts, incoming danger, and weapon strikes, but not higher-level guidance. One of my sub-theories from part 1's video is that Anakin did not need a teacher to learn the ways of the Force. The Force itself would reveal and expand on his abilities and understanding over time, naturally and without fear of corruption, because Anakin was comprised of the Force. Let's take a pause for a moment, hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to ask any questions you may have in the comments section, and let's recap. In the part 1 video, I explained the Jedi and Sith influences stopped Anakin's true Force purpose or destiny from being executed. He is supposed to nullify vergences or nexuses in the Force, galaxy-wide. And now, let's continue. Anakin is strong, but his strength is a reflection of modern-day Jedi that are subservient to the Republic and fight against the Sith and/or dark side. As Anakin grows in power and influence, he becomes increasingly disillusioned with the Jedi Order. He feels like something is missing. The Force has spoken to him enough that he acknowledges that he must stray from all Jedi, Sith, and current Force cult practices. I am going to be a hypocrite for a second because despite what I just said, Anakin decides to undergo the Bearish Vow, which is an oath taken by Jedi who completely refrain from all activities related to the Jedi Order, as a form of penance. Anakin feels it is the only way to discover his next move. In order not to be disturbed, Anakin goes to planet Nathema. The planet where ancient Sith Emperor Vitiate used powerful Sith sorcery to strip the planet of the Force and life itself. On Nathema, Anakin learns from the literal ground up what it means to live without the Force. It is agonizing and painful, but as time progresses, he reshapes his thinking, and thus the Force begins to commune with him in ways that he never knew was possible. Moving forward, he then meditates to depths that would frighten most Jedi and Sith. Over time and practice, Anakin is granted access to the Force priestesses. Sometimes, Star Wars acknowledges these 5 beings that reside on the wellspring of life, aka the home of the midichlorians. And sometimes they just ignore them. But they will serve as mentors for Anakin while he is learning at his own pace. His new mantra, "The Force is with me and I am with the Force. And I fear nothing, for all is as the Force wills it." After shedding Jedi ideology, the fear of the Sith, balancing his emotions and truly becoming one with himself, he now is ready to travel to the Force itself. Planet Mortis. In Season 3, Episodes 15 to 17 of the television show Star Wars: The Clone Wars, it is the first time that we are introduced to Anakin being more than just a warrior. I want to know, did you enjoy this arc? I did, and thus, he will be returning to Mortis to truly learn his Force potential. However, I warn you, you may not like what he learns that he must do. The Force is communing with him, and the Mortis gods are giving him lessons and insight to being a Force deity. All the while, Anakin is reluctant to accept his mission. But ultimately, he listens to his mantra and the Force. Anakin's full hidden destiny is to balance the Force. There is no surprise with this statement. After all, he is the chosen one. But balance means that all beings in the galaxy must now become non-Force sensitive. A complete reduction or removal of M-count or midichlorians. Anakin is now an agent of the Force tasked with the mission of removing the Force galaxy-wide to all beings. Remember, the Force itself is sentient to a degree. After countless generations of galaxy-wide turmoil due to Force users, the Force itself has decided to restore balance by removing knowledge of the Force. As I mentioned at the top of this video, you may not like Anakin's hidden destiny. The Force has unlocked the full potential of Anakin and revealed his hidden destiny. Now, there is another phase to this fan fiction. If you are interested, please drop a comment and let's get a discussion going. Let me know if you want part 3. As always, thank you for your support. Continue to watch the rest of my videos and take care. Peace.